Mic check 1 2 1 2. Blunt Talk with LT episode 8. R.I.P. XXXTentacion. See, I didn't really listen to his music or really follow his career, but I knew he was like a bipolar trouble kid. He was like 20 years old. People, like, I don't really like when someone dies. It's just like you kind of just live out their legacy. Just remember them for the good or whatever. Just remember the good parts of their lives and move on, basically. I don't feel like people should be shitting on his name. I feel like he was accused of certain things, but he was not convicted. We didn't even know the facts. But at the same time, people are just going in and being like, you shouldn't be, saying RIP to this, that, and that, whatever they want to call him or label him. But at the end of the day, it's like the man is gone. You should just say RIP and move on. I feel like a lot of people are milking posts because, he's doing numbers on Spotify. And like that whole Spotify thing is bullshit. They wanted to take him off playlists when he was alive. They're taking him off, R. Kelly, other people, certain people for their acts or whatever they do outside of music. They wanted to take them off a playlist and be like, we don't agree with whatever they're doing. They put them back on. And then when X passed, they wanted to make a special playlist for him, and it's getting all sorts of views, but they just, like, they're capitalizing off of his passing, and they're making money. Spotify is a streaming service. Yeah, it's making money for his family, but it's just like, you guys are taking advantage. It's kind of ridiculous. A lot of YouTubers are just constantly uploading X-related shit to try to get, it's whatever. They can do that. But at the same time, it's in bad taste. I feel like someone died. You should just leave that the hell alone. And as far as people saying he was an angel like Peter Rosenberg or whatever, it's like a lot of people weren't shit at 20, or even when they were younger, teenage years and shit. It's like you gotta grow through life. At the end of the day, it's like you're at your worst when you're at your teenage years and your early 20s and shit, decision making wise, I would say, and you grow from that. So whatever, that's not fair to put it on him, but whatever. Moving on from that, get a quick drink. Don't mention the World Cup to me. I'm sorry. I don't care. I know everyone's on that World Cup shit right now. I just don't care. I don't want to hear about the World Cup. I don't care about soccer. Fuck soccer. Soccer's a neat little activity. It's a cute little activity where you kick a fucking ball through a fucking net that's so wide you can't even miss if you tried. It's like, nigga, come on, man. Miss me with all that soccer shit. People are going to think this is blasphemous, and all these niggas that always trying to play FIFA and shit, trying to hit me up on the Xbox Live. Like, move that shit, nigga. No one wants to play that trash. God damn it. It's like basketball season is out. We're in the off season, and I'm still talking about ball. LiAngelo Ball didn't get drafted. Surprise, surprise. Unfortunate. I seen the workout tapes. Oh my God. The tapes, I feel like they leaked tapes that were so unfavorable, but I don't know if that's the whole thing because it couldn't have been that trash. He was breaking up everything, and I was like, damn, because I seen the running up drills where he's running, you dribble up court, pop a three, get the rebound, dribble back the other way, pop a three, do the same thing in repetition. He was doing all right in that. That was the first thing we seen. We're like, okay, that wasn't that bad. And then they released another video tape that were like, this is the reason why we didn't want Jello. And then it was just like 1 for 8, just brick city. He was just standing at 3-point line, just hailing bricks. And it's just like, damn. And he only worked out with 2 teams, which was a huge fucking mistake. It's like, if you're trying to get drafted, like, work out with as many teams as wanting that wants to, give you interest. And even if they don't, push some interest on a team and be like, yo, get your agents up in there. And it's like, they didn't do the proper job. I don't think they did enough. Well, clearly they didn't do enough because he went undrafted. But at the same time, it's like, where does he go from here now? Lakers don't want him on the Summer League team. I don't know if another team would want him on their summer league team. It's fucked up though, but like if you watch LaMelo in the JBA, LaMelo, I don't know what happened to this nigga. This nigga came back from Lithuania, cut his hair, threw on 20 pounds. Now he's just dunking on mans and just put backs, two hands. Just, I don't know. The JBA has a NBA 3-point line. It's not the college 3-point line, so it's better for development because Jello wasn't really great from the NBA 3-point line, but if you put him a step closer, he can hit threes all day. Lonzo had that problem when he first came to the NBA, adjusting to the 3-point line consistently because they can hit a three here and there in practice, but if you're going to consistently do that in a game, it's a little different because you're not really pulling up from the line. You're pulling up a couple steps back because there's defenders and then there's high screens all the time, so it's a little different. I don't know if he's like, for me, I feel like Jello should have spent a couple more years in development, a couple more years in Lithuania or across seas, EuroLeague, because if he was in the NCAA and he actually stayed with UCLA, he should have been like a 2-3 year project. Wait for Melo to get there. Melo be the one and done. Him and Melo go get drafted at the same time. Don't try to get drafted to the same team. Like ultimately, your goal could be to play for the same team. Eventually, after your first year, after your first contract, your first 4 years, or whatnot. But I think they don't want to play with the time. I think they want the shit to just, be quick and line up for them. But I feel like you have to kind of do your due diligence if you're someone like LiAngelo because you're not that talented. Like, he's good, but he doesn't have that type of NBA talent where you just see him and everybody else in the gym be like, yeah, this is the guy, because there's other guys competing, and it's like other guys look more athletic, other guys are doing a little bit more. If he doesn't have a great shooting game, he doesn't stand out. He wasn't invited to the McDonald's All-American shit in high school, although he was like the leading in the nation with like 35.8 points per game and shit. Like, he was putting in work, but it's just how he scored, the way they seen. It's more of eye test with Jello. Because when they looked at his high school stats, they're pretty damn good stats. His 3 points, the percentage wasn't as high as you would think because he hit a lot of threes, but it wasn't bad. When he was playing Lithuania, the stats weren't bad. It's just the eye test. They look at him and be like, doesn't look that good. Like, it's not fluid. It's not NBA level. So I feel like that's one of the main reasons they passed on Jello. Well, most teams, but you never know. He can still get picked up just in free agency. Well, not even free agency. I don't know what to call it when you don't get drafted and the team just signs you. I don't know what the fuck you call that. Just they could sign him. Any team could just pick him up, put him on a summer league team, try him out in the season, put him on a G League team. You never know where he can go from here. But he's marketable. If a team's smart and a team's in like a Memphis, what's a bottom dwelling team right now? Brooklyn Nets, a team that needs to sell out a fucking arena. They need some, like a gimmick. They could sign him and try, I don't know, market him. He's already on commercials and shit. So it's like you're in a commercial for one and done and then you don't get drafted. That is trash, man. That is fucking trash. They need to get that shit together. That's not a fucking good look. I don't like that shit. I feel like they're trying to do they're kind of doing some sly shit when it comes to the Ball family, the NBA teams. I don't know why the media just props it up and these old folks have such a problem with his antics. It's like, nigga, the man's just talking. He's a father talking. Who gives a fuck? Like, I don't know, man. These niggas is tripping. So basically, today or yesterday, police killed. Well, it was today. Well, by the time you hear this, it'll be yesterday. Today is 27th. I'm shooting June 27th. Basically, cops killed another black man, another unarmed black man, but this time it was north of the border in Barrie, Ontario, in Canada. Not a state's killing. They tased the man like so many times. They were beating him. They were trying to tell the man to comply and to stop resisting arrest, but it's impossible to stop resisting if you're getting punched in the face and kneed and tased. And when you watch the video, it's just like, what the fuck is going on? This has happened in Barrie too, and then they make the statement, and the statement sounds like trash, and it's like they're not even taking responsibility. I don't know what's going to happen to these officers, but I don't care to see them getting, suspension, or even if they lose their job. Like, they need to be like, the man died. He had no gun. He had no weapon. He wasn't attacking them or nothing. It's like, for them, I don't know why there's no accountability. I don't know why they can't be charged with murder or not first degree. Didn't seem planned. But at the same time, it's like second degree manslaughter. Something needs to come out of that. Like, it doesn't make sense how they just get away with killing people all the time, killing niggas all the time. And this is in Canada too, so you know how north of the border we kind of just look down and be like, states is just, come on, this is trash, your system is this, that, and that. But when it happens up here, we got to see how the fuck they react now, because there's a couple of incidents that happened where we seen cops kill people, but there was a man with a knife where the cop killed, and it was kind of just, but he still got penalized, which was weird because the man came at him with a knife. That was a different incident, but I don't know. I'm not going to place my judgment too much until I see what the fuck happens and see how this plays out. See if he actually or not he, they. There's multiple officers, if you've seen the video. See how it plays out. So basically now you got a child without a father. Got a wife without a husband. Now a single mother to raise that child. That's how it always is. It's fucked up. Shit. Okay, I wanted to talk about this because this pisses me the fuck off. I know this pisses a lot. See, I'm Jamaican and Guyanese, but I'm really just Canadian because I was born in fucking Canada, and I don't speak no patois or whatnot. But at the same time, when you see a Jamaican actor or someone that's supposed to be Jamaican, someone that's supposed to be African, someone that's supposed to be from a certain place and have their certain, they're supposed to speak a certain way. Like, when you're watching a film and it's supposed to be a real Jamaican person, you don't want to see no suspect patois just sussing up the place, and you're like, yo, what the fuck is this, B? This man sounds like for me, I feel like if you're going to put a character in a role, whether it be someone playing a Jamaican, get an actual Jamaican. It's not that hard. Like, you don't have to have a fucking a Haitian trying to play a Jamaican and then the accents are all fucked up, or, a Jamaican trying to play an African, or a straight guy trying to play that's the thing that bothers me the most, when straight guys play gay guys. There's so much fucking gay people out there that you can slide them in all sorts of roles. Pause. But you could slide them in. You could put them into these roles, okay? You don't have to have you don't have to have straight people kissing straight people all the time, and then it's just like, why? Why couldn't you just get like, if you're gonna write a gay person in and you want to make sure there's enough gay visibility on TV, have a gay person play the role. I don't get it. It's not that hard. Okay, what else do we have? Wow, so a Wisconsin college student gets 3 years in prison for assaulting and raping 3 women. 3 years for assaulting and raping 3 women. Makes no sense to me. It's a white guy. Raped 3 women. That judge needs to be fired. I don't know if there was a jury in that case. I don't know the specifics of the case. I just read a fucking headline, and then Twitter gets outraged. And like, everyone's going crazy. But that headline's damning. It's like, think of the fuck? What kind of shit is that? Seriously, what kind of shit is that? That makes no sense. Okay, so Terry Crews. Terry Crews is taking this nigga to court, this white guy to court, because this white producer guy grabs his dick or some shit at some party. There's some inappropriate groping in front of his wife, in front of everybody at the party. And he's getting flack, and people are like, yo, why the fuck you just didn't knock this motherfucker out? You're Terry Crews, you're D's and shit. What the fuck you doing? And Twitter's going crazy, and then, you know, the comments on YouTube and the Breakfast Club and shit when he's trying to defend himself and he's trying to tell them how it would be portrayed and he would not get roles, and there'll be a big black man hits this guy, and they'll be like, no one will see the thing that happened first. They'll just see the reaction, and then he'll be painted in a certain way, and it will fuck him up, and then, you know, he can get sued, and he'll be, you know, in a bad place. So that was his logic, and he's thinking, okay, this guy did me wrong, disrespected. I'm gonna take him to court. I'm gonna do whatever, get X, Y, and Z amount of money. I don't know what his plan is because I didn't really listen too much, but at the same time, it's like everyone has their own routes when it comes to sexual assault cases or whatnot, whatever you want to call that. Some people would just call that, you know, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what to say about that. If that was me, someone tried to grab my shit in front of my, you know, in front of my girl and shit, like, that's not happening. Like, are you kidding me? No dudes grab my shit. Niggas getting punched in the fucking face. I ain't playing that shit. Niggas just tripping. But that's how most people would think. Will Smith, the man tried to kiss Will Smith on the red carpet or whatever. Will Smith pushed him off and backhanded him. He wasn't playing that shit. But there's different circumstances. That was a regular Joe on a red carpet. Cameras everywhere. Blatantly tried to kiss him. That's different than Hollywood exec or producer or whatever the hell the guy is in a room, in a party, in a high, you know, Hollywood party, trying to grab Terry Crews and meet in front of his wife. That's a little different. These Hollywood parties are weird, man. I don't know what the hell goes on in these Hollywood parties. But I don't blame Terry Crews. It's weird when it comes to men being sexual assaulted because it's like, I don't know, this is new. So, whatever, man. You got to stand with them. I don't understand why you would stand against them and roast them. It just doesn't make sense. It's like, if this was a woman, you wouldn't be saying that. But obviously, it's apples and oranges here. That's all I got to say about that shit. Don't got any more to relate on that shit. Last topic, and I'm going to get on out of here. I don't want LeBron to leave Cleveland. I don't really want him to go to the Lakers when I think about it. Like, he has a couple days to opt out of his contract, which he probably is, because what's the point of staying that one last year in Cleveland? You might as well try to renegotiate for like a multi-year in Cleveland if you're going to stay, or, you know, try to work it out with another team. So you're going to opt out. If you opt in, that means you decided to go to the Rockets and you're going to do a sign and trade, which would be stupid. Fuck that. You're going to gut the whole team and be a completely different team on the Rockets with huge expectations, but you're not going to have the depth. You're not going to have the three-point shooting. And you're going to have to rely on James Harden and Chris Paul to be healthy all the time and put in work every game, and that's not the dynamic of their team. They were a high assist. Yeah, they scored a lot, but they were dishing the ball out, and Eric Gordon was, you know, a key component to the team. So it's like you can't get rid of Eric Gordon, Trevor Ariza, PJ Tucker, and expect to be the same team. Expect to, you know, win 65 games. Even if you throw in LeBron there, and you take all three of those guys out and possibly even more, you lose all your three-point shooting, you lose all your depth, you're not the same team. Yeah, they'll still have Clint Capella, you know. This will be a good team, but it'll be harder for them. It's not just like, you know, you're just adding LeBron. Like if he goes to Philly, they're just literally just adding LeBron. Goes to the Lakers, they're just adding LeBron. They have the space, and they could probably add Paul George too, but I feel like Paul George is skeptical of joining, because I feel like he knows if he goes to the Lakers and then Kawhi's still in the market, he can be packaged in a trade. Like if he doesn't have a no trade clause, He can sign with the Lakers thinking it's going to be him and LeBron, and they could ship his ass for Kawhi because they're not trading. The Spurs aren't trading Kawhi unless they have something that they feel is a good enough return. And there's not many things you can trade for Kawhi Leonard in the league and feel like you got a good enough return. But Paul George is pretty much Kawhi Leonard light. Pretty much better handles, but not as fast anymore because of all those leg injuries. He's a better three-point shooter than Kawhi Leonard, I feel. I like Paul George's game better than Kawhi Leonard. He's more of an entertaining player for me. I like Paul George, but as the NBA heads will rank it, because Paul George is a good defender too, but as the NBA heads will rank it, they would have Kawhi ahead of Paul George. But I don't know. If LeBron goes to the Lakers, he better have Paul George or Kawhi with him. But I don't want him to go to the Lakers. Thinking about it, I'm just like, But it's like, where the fuck do you go? Cleveland, if you stay in Cleveland, it's like you have no help. Your team's trash. What are you really going to do with Cleveland? Drag them to the finals and get swept again? I don't know. Oh, this podcast has been a mess. Very tired, but I'm trying to pump these out regularly now. I've been slacking, so I just gotta, hop up on here and fucking shoot a podcast every couple of days and keep this shit going. Blunt Talk with LT. Wow. I guess that shit sounded weird. Blunt Talk with LT, episode 8. StackGwop.com/shop.